Yo, what's up guys, I'm gonna show you how to build a nice and flush war room with everything you need: floating vaults, cryo floor, daddy boxes, tech troughs, teleporters, whatever you want. And it is obviously customizable. This is just like the basic layout I'm using at the moment, and you can obviously shift everything to whatever position or whatever size you need it. Okay guys, starting, we obviously want a foundation support. I went with a 6x6 grid inside because that's the maximum you can extend these ceilings out. And then you need to create those extra snap points, the one where the railing is inside the ceiling and one where the railing is below the ceiling. If you don't know how to do that, I made a video on how to do it. I'm gonna link it to this one and you can learn it. It's pretty easy. If we have these snap points, you basically drag those things under the whole thing and connect it a few points so it's stable. This one over here is going to be used for the cryo fridges, and this one's going to be used for the daddies and tech troughs. And when we start with that already, you would now take that and just drag it with ceilings all the way over where you need it. Like I have it over here already prepared. And then I am going with a 2x3 because it fits perfectly 7 and 7 tech troughs, and I doubled that, so we are ending up with 28 tech troughs in a 2x7 or 2x14 grid. You snap it with the full alignment mode, and then the rest you can snap. What you need to be aware of is that you sometimes can't place them on the last thing. So you, oh no, wait, snap that to the wrong thing. So you want to leave the ceiling open and install the ceiling after you placed the troughs. Yeah, snap to this one, perfect. And now you can place the ceiling like I said. I won't place it over here. Oh no, actually we can place it over here, but I won't go further because it's the same for the daddy floor. You would now take a ladder. I'm on the ladder. Get yourself daddy boxes. Don't move. Take your arrow keys on the keyboard. And then line it perfectly over here. Into this corner. And from here you could start snapping it everywhere. I'm gonna just take these snap points because I have it already and I don't want to mess it up. Okay, to quickly show you what I just was talking about, you can't place shit over here. You take that away, you will gain these snap points back. Like that, and then you can just add the ceilings later. And to make a nice cut over here, I'm gonna add a row of quarter ceilings, and it looks like that and is very flush and nice. And we want to take that away. Okay, going over to the cryo floor, I'm gonna prepare something real quick and then show you. Okay, when placing the cryo floor, we want to go 1.5 walls above the actual grid, like the original grid, not one of those extra snap points. And we make our floors, and I actually had to destroy this row of ceilings over here because the cryo fridges are very sensitive as well, and if there's something over here you can't place the corner ones, then you're just gonna start filling everything out with your cryo floors, cryo fridges. And after that we're gonna see us again. Okay, when we have our cryo fridges like that, we want to add the row of ceilings over here on the lower level. This is basically still the original grid, right? And then we're gonna take, like I said, the newly created snap point, which has the railing below. Drag it out once. We'll just drag it over to wherever we are. Go a quarter of a wall up. And then have that as the walking floor around our cryo fridges. Like this. And over here, oops, as well. I won't make that over here now because we need to install the other cryo fridges over there later and that will block them. But just to show you, this is the original thing. To walls above the original floor, right? This is the newly raised one, which normally would be like 2/3 below the original one, like below the original ceiling. But since we raised it a quarter of the ceiling, we're like 1/3 above the original one, and then you just take those. Come on. Take those stairs and install them over here. And you can, if you get the snap points, drag it over to close the little gap. Like this. And if it's closed, then it will look like that, and it's very flush. You could also just raise the whole floor to this level and raise these ones as well a bit higher. That works as well. It's just a bit more complicated, so I actually also like the little detail of the stairs over here, but you don't need to have that, obviously. You could also just make one floor and then raise these ones below the already raised floor by going off this snap point, basically, to the ground, make foundation, and then do the whole new creation of snap point again, and then go below the raised ceiling to create another new snap point. Okay, I'm gonna fix it over there, and then we're gonna go over to the transmitters and vaults. Okay, sadly my audio cut out because of my microphone, and it was this time so bad that we couldn't, like, you couldn't understand anything, so I'm quickly just gonna talk over it. It's also self-explaining basically, because we're just gonna drop the vaults on top of those tech cellar doors and have them on never auto close, so that they will basically always stay open. When dropping them, we want them to be closed though, because otherwise the vault would fall through them. That's what you don't want. And besides that, the trends is basically the same. We're using the tech moonpool ceilings to get to where we want, and then you just place a quarter ceiling transmitter on top, and you have your floating transmitter. And the good part about us having the floor raised a bit around the cryo floor is that you are actually a bit closer to the vaults. You can open them very easily without jumping. It's also a little tip: if you build your crafting station and you want to have your replicator easy accessible, normally with the one high wall like it is at the moment in the game, sometimes you need to jump or be very close to the thing. But you can also use the little new snap point that we have and lower the replicator a little bit, so that you can easily access it without jumping or being very close to it. Over here, make sure that you drop the vaults by actually destroying the walls or thatch ceilings, because if you use the demolish button, it will demolish all the vaults as well. So you need to drop it by destroying the thatch wall or ceiling. That's why we're using thatch, by the way, with a sword or a tech gun or whatever. Pickaxe works as well. Just you need to manually destroy it, not use the demolition button, because that would demolish every structure that is connected to it, including the vaults. Okay, over here you quickly see the transmitter placement. I'm just figuring out where it needs to be placed, but that's actually, you know, nothing big, you see. And besides that, we're already done with the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe, like, and comment. And if you, don't mind, turn the bell on or whatever all these people say all the time. Okay guys, see you in the next one. Bye bye.